Hey guys, Dave with RLB Motorsports. Today I want to talk to you about our heavy-duty, fully adjustable whip mount. Before I get into all the details, let me tell you why we designed it the way we did. We engineer, manufacture, and sell LED whips. We've been doing it for years. We've learned a lot over those years about the nature of an LED whip, a long pole on your car, bouncing all over the place, taking lots of abuse. Well, not only does the whip take a lot of abuse, we've had to make a lot of changes for that. We've also learned that down at the base where the whip is mounted, that is where all the abuse is getting transferred into. That is the weak point. There's many whip clamps out on the market. They either don't hold, they bend, they break. There's a lot of things that we've learned over the years that to find a good whip mount, it's very difficult. So we decided to sit down, engineer, design, and sell our own whip mount. So we're going to get into all the details and tell you why ours is designed the way it is and why it's good for you. So our whip mounts come in 4 different sizes. 1.5, which is going to be for a lot of your smaller cars, smaller cages out there. 1.750, that's going to be for most all UTVs, as well as most all aftermarket cages on the market. Then we've got our 1.875, that's all your Can-Am. This is your Can-Am specific factory cage mount, 1.875. And then we got our 2.0, that's going to be the new Polaris Pro Rs, some Hondas. Plus, 2.0 is also going to be for your Jeeps, your Land Cruisers, your pre-runners. All the heavy vehicles out there are generally going to have a 2.0 cage. All right, so let's get into what makes this mount very unique. So as you can see, we have a gear system, both male and female. What this does is make a very strong locking system, but it also gives you the ability to make very fine micro adjustments on your whip. 10 degrees to be exact. So in a 90-degree spread, you've got 9 adjustability movements at 10 degrees each. I'm going to explain how that works. So looking at this whip here, take it off the base, basically that's 0 degrees, 90 degrees is completely flat. So you've got 10 degrees of movement each click that you go in that gear system. There is 9 in total. There's no other clamp on the market that gives you that kind of adjustability. We've got a lot of different cages out there that have different angles on them, so this will give you the ability to get your whip completely straight, put a little angle on it. It just gives you a lot of adjustability on how you want to mount your whip on your car. So once you've decided what angle you are setting your whip at, you've got all these different angles to lock your whip into. Once you've decided that, what you're going to do is you're going to seat the clamp into its position, and you're going to fully tighten down the set screw. That all that set screw does is hold these 2 pieces together. It does not have a clamping force per se. It's the teeth that hold it together. Once it is fully seated and screwed in, it sits flush with the tube mount, and when you have a tube in here, there's no way for that bolt to back out. A lot of the adjustable clamps on the market will have a set screw on the outside, and they can back out and allow your whip base to come loose and cause issues. We put ours in the inside. The way that we design these clamps is, first, we went with a very wide clamp. That is 1 9/16 inches wide. We do that to get a lot of contact surface for holding the whip tight to the clamp and to the tube without moving. It is very thin, less than 1/16 of an inch in thickness this way. So this way you can fit it underneath your roofs, underneath roof racks, windshields, a multiple of different ways that this will fit in very tight spaces. Then we did a 4-bolt connection point. So you got 4 bolts of contact to the clamp to really clamp this down onto the tube. So the way that the clamping works is there is a 4-direction mounting design, and what I mean by that is there's four directions of contact. You've got back to forward and left to right. So as you tighten down the 4 bolts on the side, it pulls the clamp together, pushing from the front and the back, as well as you tighten it down, it collapses the clamp and pulls left to right. So you've got a really strong contact point. Instead of this being flat on the sides, all it would be doing is clamping the clamp tight, where we're pulling and pushing together on both sides. A lot of times on the market with other whip clamps, you will see that they use an anodize. And although anodize looks very nice when it's brand new, it does not hold up to a lot of environmental issues like UV and salt water and stuff like that. So what we do is powder coat. All of our clamps are powder coated. We use a powder coat because it is a nice thick coating. It has a lot of protection. It will not fade. This will look the same years down the road from UV. Also, when you go to places, let's say like Oregon or the California coast or anywhere where you're near salt water, you won't have any corrosion issues with a powder coated product like this. Here is a perfect example of powder coat versus anodized. So this piece right here was anodized. As you can see, the black turned to this brownish bronze. You can see here that it's still black. That is because it had heat shrink over that. So that was protected from the sun. But all of this was sun exposed, UV exposed, and the black anodized turns to this bronze color. This is the exact reason why we stick with powder coat to not have this happen on our clamps. Secondly, one of the other things that we do, we want to use a high quality stainless steel. So we use a 304 stainless steel on all of our hardware. This again will not corrode in that saltwater environment. You're not going to get your threads all corroded from being wet and whatnot. And again, salt water is the killer of all metal products. We prevent that by going all stainless steel with our product. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video on our heavy duty universal clamp. We have more information on our website, so go check it out at rlbmotorsports.com. You can also check out all of our other videos. We got lots of informative videos on all of our products on our YouTube channel, so check it out, subscribe, like, if you want to get notifications of new videos. And thanks for watching.